I just feel like sometimes this intro is canned, even though the
Yeah, we can
people
stop
listening
doing
to
it.
We should do it. We should just like a more casual one. Just like do it with an accent. Can you do it with a Texan accent? Yeah. And
I'll do Aussie and
I'll
you
do
do
Irish.
Irish.
Yeah, good
Deal.
idea. Yeah.
How's it going, folks? I'm Marcus.
And I'm Rami.
And this is the podcast where we try and figure out what this podcast is about.
And what we're doing with our lives, to be sure. On this episode, we chat about pretty much anything. What are we talking about in this episode?
Oh, I don't know, Dad. Can you tell what it is yet? It's a podcast, Dad. Oh, I don't know.
Aye, to be grand, to be sure.
What is it, Skip?
Ah. Is that what you've got? Skip. It's very convincing.
Skippy.
It's very convincing.
What is it, Skip? What is it?
Do we have any
remember Skippy?
Irish TV export? Do I remember Skippy? I don't remember any Irish TV exports in Australia. Should I?
Probably not. Father Ted? Did you get Father Ted
Of
over
course,
there?
Father Ted. Yeah,
Father
I remember
Ted, so it is.
Father Ted is amazing.
Ta 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 ta. Everybody talks
Father.
like that. So they do in Ireland, don't they?
Father Ted's amazing. Father Ted. Yeah.
Did you get Father Ted? Good show.
Loved Father Ted. Father Ted. Loved it. Loved it.
Can you say...
In the name of the Father. Yeah.
So I'm doing what you're doing. Can you tell what it is yet, Dad? Dad?
Which is what?
Where you just put this little high voice on.
Yeah.
I'm having an Irish accent, but I'm not doing the little high voice that you do when you do the...
Well, I'm not doing a high voice. I'm quite down. Now, is that Scottish? Down?
No, it's Northern Irish.
Aye. No, that's Scottish. Aye. No, it's aye. Who says aye? Aye.
Nar. If it sounds like that, it's Northern Ireland, so it is.
Like, is
it's
it?
like nar. That's Northern Ireland.
Okay, got it. What's Dublin? What's Southern? How do I?
Dublin. Dublin can be kind of surfery. So if you go... So honest to God, like I was going downtown the other day, like, and I was like, I was like, oh my God, like I honest to God, I have no idea what was going on, like that can be like a kind of an annoying Dublin accent.
That's an amazing Dublin accent.
Does that sound like an Irish accent to you?
It it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I have a typical Munster accent. Munster accent's known for being like blunt and thick. You know,
I find tick. Tick, like Lyme disease. Tick.
No, tick.
Tick. Oh, keep it clean.
Like as in
keep it clean.
Like I don't know. Yeah, the way I talk. There's a Cork accent from Munster, which is a singing accent.
Oh,
like a
Cork! I remember I used to love Cork.
Oh, you boy, you're going downtown now. We go down and see each other, we?
Yeah, I do
We'll
remember.
go hang out together now. Go down for a few pints. Be brilliant.
That's
kind of a Cork accent.
I remember my first job. I worked with a girl from Cork and a girl from Belfast. And I remember thinking, best accents ever.
Both of them.
Just
they are
crushed
actually,
it.
They are both. They are.
Yeah.
Good accent.
Captain's log 355. We've been stuck doing podcasts with one another for 19 straight weeks. So we're now talking in accents and doing American citizenship tests. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing, that. Yeah.
We're on episode 19 now, you know.
Wow, mate. That's a lot. I can't even do the numbers. What is it? How many months is that? We're almost in June, aren't we? We're doing this for 6 months.
We started the 7th of Jan was our first episode, and it's now the 25th of May when we record this.
Amazing, mate. We're almost half a year.
We did it. We did
the first
We
quarter.
made something of ourselves.
Is that what happened? I think what we did was prove that the algorithm will not pick up this channel. We pushed through. the wall.
Our Anchor algorithm is working well, but it's the YouTube is embarrassing because it's the numbers. We get like 30 views a video or something.
Yeah.
But Anchor, I don't know still if we should be doing video or not for Spotify.
Right.
Maybe if you're someone who actually watches this who doesn't know, if you're someone who doesn't know Rami or me, I'll put a poll up. Will you let us know if you actually watched this on Spotify or just listened? Because
that's a good
I'm
idea.
not certain that creating these videos is worth it. You know,
that's a great idea. Addressing our audience directly. Hey, hi, for others, people who aren't our friends and family,
people who've never actually met us.
That would be amazing. Well, you obviously met us through the podcast. We'd love to hear from you. We have no idea who you are, why you found us, and what you'd like to hear more from us.
Should we put up an email or something where they can reach out to us?
Literally anything, anywhere on put up an email, anything, any handle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Email us at marcusandrami@gmail.com. That's MARCUS ANDRAMI@gmail.com. That's cool, isn't it?
That's excellent.
We get 0 replies. But anyway.
It's a win-win no matter what happens.
Yeah, we'll take it. Lots of spam. Okay, so I've invited a guest on. We forgot to have guests for like... We had like 4 guests in the first 6 weeks, and then we had Ciara on, and that was great. Yeah. And then we haven't had anyone since.
We peaked, and then we went, you know what? Now it's more about intimate time. It's just about us.
We wanted people to get to know us.
Really us. We felt like we were drifting.
Laziness.
That's right.
We have another guest coming on.
What do you mean? Today?
Not today. Oh. But we've lined one up. That's all I'm saying.
Surprise guest is the greatest thing ever.
That would be great.
Is the guest our wives?
We're going to do that in the weekend. Yeah. Why don't you tell us what we're doing this weekend?
Well, we're going, not quite camping, but we're going to the lake. What do we do? We are going on Memorial Day weekend, 2 families, some barbecues, a lake, there's a boat. It's going to be glorious.
Are we going to be on a boat?
There's a boat. Kara's booked a boat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Saturday. Boom.
This is great.
Yeah. It's like a platformy boat where you get to just jump into the water and come back and jump. You know, that sort of boat. Not like a
you're kidding.
Yeah,
like a little pontoony boat.
Yeah, pontoony style, but that's my understanding, yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Okay, tell me all about it. I want to pre-vacay with you, Rami. Tell me what we're doing.
This is Cara. So it's a family-style lake situation in the foothills on the way to Yosemite. So it's the kind of, the clear air. You're starting to get into the sequoias and the redwoods. You've got views. You've got rocks. You've got lake.
Sell it.
And it's got little family beach. We're going to be doing little sand castles and digging and picnicking. Little shack that sells 3 things. Burgers being one of them.
You've been there before. You know exactly what we're doing.
Cara has. Okay. No. But just to give you that's what's been pictured for me is like 1980s idealism is what's been pictured for me.
Great.
So that's where we're headed.
Wonderful.
Obviously, you're bringing the entire podcasting rigmarole. And then we sit around. It's going to be just like champagne. Kids have gone to sleep. And there's some sort of, maybe there's a
evening
Porsche.
podcast after the kids are asleep.
Podcast, some wine.
With a bottle of wine.
Yes.
Oh, stop.
Don't you think?
And everyone gets to know our wives.
Huh?
That'll be weird,
That's going to be epic. We can get to know our wives.
That'll be epic as well.
Do
you think they'll do it? Because when I suggested it at Caro, she was having none of it. I was like, yeah, we'll all be on the podcast. She's like, negative. No, we will not.
Caro, I think, was asking for an appearance fee last time I checked.
Yeah. She's on board, though?
She's anchoring hard. Right. I'm not sure on board is how I describe it, but I think she'll come through.
Enthusiastically excited.
What we've got to get through is the giggles and the formality. Like when our guests do all of a sudden it's not them, we need to work out how to get them past that bit.
What do you mean it's not them?
We're going to have to do the warming up. We're going to have to warm them up. We're going to loosen them up. So I think wine is going to be the ticket.
Okay. Yeah. So we do the wine at dinner.
Yeah.
Then we crack out the old, oh, look what I've brought. Awkward. I forgot.
What are you?
How embarrassing.
Step into this spare room. Step into the pool room where we've got studio lighting. That sort of thing. I think that's what I'm imagining.
Are we filming it as well, or is it just audio?
I mean, we'd be crazy not to. All you need is one camera, I reckon. Just one wide angle.
2 cameras. We need 2 cameras.
Sure. You do what you need to do. One wide angle, and then whatever else you want.
Yeah. What are we going to do about... When are you or me going to run for president?
That's a great idea. As naturalized Americans.
I'm not even a citizen. What's your status?
Green card.
You're a green card.
At the following address.
You're a green card. What's your green card number again?
That's right. Just flash it.
And Caro's a green card as well, right?
Caro's a green card.
And you're not dependent on each other. Is it like, is she a green card through you, or does she get it through work?
No. We do it together. We're married. I don't think it's a dependency element. Not a visa. It's a permanent residency.
No, but the green card thing, she had to be entitled to get a green card, she had to do something in the first place.
Just be a hero. What do you mean do something? You apply for it. So we did it together.
I had to get married. I am married, and I had to find an American desperate enough to marry an Irishman.
Yeah. Yes.
Locked it in. Moved to America. What did you do?
I moved to America.
Yeah.
Got the green card proposal through previous company.
Work. Yeah.
And part of the marriage, you get green card together.
So she got the green card through you, though, through Google.
Right, but it's not through either of those things officially, because it's not as though she's associated with. The green card has no bearing on who it's with
Right.
or for, and nor is it
So she has
associated
her
with the
own
company.
green card now. You do too.
Own green card separate
Right.
and separate to the company. That's the beauty of the green
Are you
card.
gonna do
It's
the
not a visa
citizenship?
hook to Google. I don't know. I don't see the benefit to it. The only thing I can imagine is if it's, my mum wanted to stay out here for longer than 3 months at a time. That's the sort of thing that would be handy.
Yeah.
And like health insurance and stuff like that. Practicalities of people wanting to hang out a bit longer, bringing other
Yeah.
family members over. Otherwise, there's no tax benefit. There's no...
Oh, there's a tax disincentive. You have to pay. You have to submit taxes for the rest of your life if
Forever.
you decide to. Yeah.
Forever. Well, I mean, you
Unless
do with the
you
green card
renounce
as
your
well until you
citizenship.
renounce a green card. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
You are doing it. You're done.
I am. I applied in February of last year, so June of this year. So soon,
Next
I
month.
should get in the next couple of months. I should get called, and they ask you some questions. I
Huge.
get interrogated. There's 100
Yeah.
questions. Oof, we should do that. You want to do some?
Definitely do the
You
100
want to see?
questions.
Do you want to do the quiz?
What's the
The
number
green
one?
card quiz.
What's the
or
num-
the citizenship?
What's the number one cause of death? Okay.
There are 100 questions.
Oh,
Pick a
no.
number between 1 and 100.
63.
I think it's 100 questions.
63.
I need you to get 7 right. So you're
Out
just
of-
going to pick 7 questions. You're going to pick 10 questions.
Uh-huh.
I need you to get 7 right.
70% the pass. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go like 60. What are we going to do?
Pick a number is all you have to do. It's super easy.
We're going to do 33, 43, 53, 63. That's what I'm after. Skipping in tens.
Number 33.
Okay.
Rami, for citizenship to America, and we'll try and make this official if you get
Jeopardy.
this right.
All right.
Who signs bills to become laws?
The Senate.
Good guess.
Speaker.
It's the
isn't it?
president.
Oh, yeah.
It's the president. You know
That's
the
probably,
old fella, shuffling around. He does that.
that's probably a good one. Yeah, I've
Isn't
seen,
there
I've
like a
seen that
whole-
happen in the White House. Yeah.
I knew that one.
Yeah.
We can flip it on me after if you want.
No,
I've not been
I would like
practicing.
to be the brunt of this particular.
What was that?
Go on.
33, 44 is the next one.
43. Let's go.
43.
Okay.
Who is the governor of your state now?
I want to say Newsom. Don't know what
We're
his
going to need a first name.
first name is. It's not Mark. That's someone else altogether. Andrew Newsom, Mark, no. Gary, Brad Newsom.
Oh,
Newsom.
close. You got close there.
Brad? Adam? No. Something Newsom, isn't
You said Gary.
Gary
Gavin.
Newsom. Gavin Newsom, of course it is. Yeah, Newsom.
I think that's who it is anyway.
Yeah, it is Gavin Newsom.
We're doing 53?
Yeah,
Is that what we're doing?
yeah. So far I'm one from two.
You're nil. You
One
got
from two.
nothing
Newsom.
so far.
They're not going to say what specific. For
Oh,
Newsom.
and they're going to be... You can just be like Mr. Newsom to you,
What
actually.
would I go? What is the president? Well, it's Joe Biden. No, it's Biden. Done.
What is one promise you make when you become a United States citizen?
Oh my goodness gracious me! What is the promise that I make? You probably you pledge allegiance. That's not the same thing as the promise you make. What are the promises you make?
Oh, God, there's loads.
Do you know what the promises are?
They're written here, yeah.
Oh no!
There's
Do you-
loads of them.
Is it like it's not the Ten Commandments, is it? It's
But
Christian.
this can't be right. Oh, what's one promise you make?
What's a promise?
You could be, yeah. So there's 1, 2, 3,
it's the
4,
fight.
5, 6.
The main
6 of
thing
them
you
are.
have to-
They
the main thing
accept
you have to do
6.
is take up arms against other country on
That's
behalf
right.
of America.
You're
That's
right.
the key. That's the key
You're
promise,
right.
isn't it? That's
That's
the big
true.
one. That's the big
That's
one.
true. Serve in the U.S. military
Yeah.
if needed.
Yeah.
So you've got give up loyalty to other countries.
That's right.
Get out of here, Australia. Defend the Constitution and laws of the United States,
Sure.
particularly the amendments, which you strongly stand behind.
Specifically the Amendment 2.
Obey the laws of the United States. Serve in the U.S. military. Serve the nation. So do important work if needed.
Just be good. Grandstand.
Make baby food right now would be one of the things you need to do. Do you know what's going on with the baby food?
Ridiculous.
Oh,
Operation
my God.
Fly Formula or some garbage.
Oh my God, how does
Jesus.
that happen? How does that happen? Can you imagine how stressed you'd be if you were a parent now and you've got a baby on formula and you can't fucking get formula?
What do you mean? It's the whole neighborhood. Everyone's in the same boat, and they're like, we're sharing the formula going back and forth. But breastfeeding's holding up most folks. But yeah,
But you're struggling to get formula as well. I thought it was
it's
rations. Specifically for formula for people who were on food stamps. Like I thought it was like 70% of the people that are affected are on food stamps.
the shelves are empty. If you go to Target now, if you go to Safeway, the shelves are
Yeah, you just
literally
can't get
like
formula. That's
3 Similacs. It's mental.
Another ding against this country. Do you want formula for the kids or not, Kelly? Are we going to do this or not? The last one is be loyal to the United States. Is the last
I feel
one.
like they were all essentially variants of the same thing. Just like, are you with us or you're against us? Is essentially the model.
Got it. Yeah. If they see this podcast, they won't let me get it. So I better.
I do remember French friends of ours who had to, like, the explicit question is, if your two countries were at war, you would swear to, like, shoot your own country. You would take up arms and shoot your own. Right? Just to be clear, that's the goal. Okay, got it. No worries.
What are you on? 1 from 3 is where we're
2
at.
from 3. We're taking Newsom. Any fair listener is going to judge with me. It's 2 from 3.
Okay, you're 2 from 3.
Okay.
You're well on your way to becoming a citizen.
Here we go.
When was the Declaration of Independence adopted? Adopted is what we want. And I need the exact date.
I didn't go to middle school, did I? Well, adopted is going to be what? July. It's Independence Day. It's like a July 4th thing, right? That's no problem.
Hey-o. But it's not like a Gavin Newsom thing. You need the full thing.
I need the date.
Here.
I need the full year. So July 4th is the Declaration of Independence. That's the adoption. It's like a 1788, 1784.
Close. Oh yeah, we're doing it here. We're doing it. We're
that
throwing
sort
numbers
of
out. Begins with 17.
1782, 1756, 1782. It's that sort of genre. It's the late half of the 17th. It's not,
1770.
It's not Captain Cook. It's not 1777.
Did you watch Hamilton? It's in my head.
Yeah. That's what I'm going for. Hit me.
1777.
1776,
is it?
76 is exactly where I was going with.
Again.
I knew it was close. 3 from 4, smashing.
3 from 4, baby.
What's the Hamilton song? Which one's the Hamilton song?
Oh, it's part of it is like 1776 is one of the is like a chant in the yeah.
All I can remember from Hamilton, the bet is basically the king. The irony, of course, is that all I can remember is the English character.
Oh, he's fantastic in it.
It's brilliant. It's amazing.
Okay, here we go. Name the US war between the North and the South. I will accept 2 possible answers.
Yeah. It is the Civil War, I'm going to say.
Yes.
It's civil.
I would have also accepted the war between the states, which is more, I don't think people call it that, but they will accept it. I feel like there's always, if you just say the obvious answer every time, you'll probably get it. Okay.
That's
so you're rolling here. What's our numbers? 4 from 5?
4 out of 5. 4
from 5, baby. During the Cold War, number 83. During the Cold War, remember it well, what was the main concern of the United States? Only
Nukes.
one answer.
Russia.
Nukes, correct.
Yeltsin.
Russia's not the answer.
What do you mean Russia's not the answer? Communism.
Boom.
Obviously.
There
communism. We're all worried about communism, weren't we? What was the main concern of the United States? That can't be the question.
It's the question.
For American citizenship in 2022, what were we worried about in the 80s?
What was the main concern?
Come on.
We don't write the questions, Rami. Here we go.
That's propaganda, isn't it?
Up to 93. Here we go.
That's propaganda.
Name one state that borders Mexico.
I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm gonna say California. Also, for bonus points, I'm gonna say New Mexico, Arizona, and Texas.
Boom! You got them all.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
Okay. What do we have? We got one more.
Yeah.
2 more. How many more do we do?
I'm 6.
More.
I'm 5 from 6.
5 from 6. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're out. We're gonna do. We've done the 3s. So let's do 23 now and 13. We skipped those for some reason.
Okay.
This is how we roll. 23. Name your US representative.
Oh no.
Answers will vary. It says.
I want to say her name is Anna Shu, down there on Roma. Oh, Emerson in Palo Alto. Yeah, I know the corner. It's on the corner of Emerson and Forest. I've gone into the office and they helped me out actually with the green card. Anna Shu, Representative Anna Shu of District 9.
Okay, there was someone at some stage called Anna Shu, we'll just
right
go
now.
with...
It's right now.
Okay, we'll give you that one as well. You're just getting them all.
Yeah.
Great, you're just crushing this. Number 13. Name one branch or part of the government. Some of them are easier than others. Yeah. Okay.
That sounds ridiculous, doesn't it?
So you passed, I think, right? Did we do 8 from 9 or something?
Yeah. Do we have to do all? Will you have to do all 100?
No, you do. They randomly pick 10, and just like this, I'll just know to pick the 3s from now on.
Just
give me all the 3s.
Oh, tip for you. Also, the president. I would learn and also first names of everyone. That's going to be the thing that trip you up.
The president, puts a bill into law.
President. I mean, he's a rubber stamp, isn't he?
The last one for you. Question 3.
Here we go.
The idea of self-government is in the first 3 words of the Constitution. What are these words?
Oh, no.
What's the first 3 words of the Constitution?
Oh,
Rami?
no. It's not "we hold these truths to be self-evident." That's not the first 3 words. That's the Declaration of Independence. What's the all men are created equal? Is that? No. It's
they just open randomly and say, all men are created equal.
Are you kidding? Yeah, that's exactly what they do in the 18th century. The Constitution is an archaic...
It should open with at least hello or good afternoon or something. But
once upon a time.
Good afternoon.
Once upon a time. What are the first 3 words of the Constitution? I didn't go to middle school here.
So
that's
annoyed.
the problem. Wait for it. It's going to come to me. So Declaration...
407 years ago. No, that's not it.
That's not far off, is it? First, it's something like under these or under the stars.
I think this is even written on the dollar bill. This is you're thinking.
No, what? On the dollar.
Remember
bill.
Now,
God in God we trust.
The idea of self-government is in the first 3 words of the Constitution. Self-government, self.
Just sort it out, mate. Self-government, first 3 words of the Constitution. I don't even know what that means, self-government.
Yeah,
democracy. Some sort of democracy, something. Democracy we trust. We are democratic. The democratic nation.
We're getting closer, but it's none of those.
Eagle.
Yes,
democratic
you're
eagle.
getting the first word right.
Democratic.
No,
eagle. Bold.
We
are a nation under God.
We the people.
We the people. There we go.
Boom. You got it. Another one.
I definitely did not.
9 from 10. Give this man citizenship.
We should read the Constitution. Should we read the Constitution? Is it like Australian one's quite thin? Is the American Constitution thin?
Yeah, I think it is. I don't know. I don't know if anyone's ever read it. Yeah,
like it's pamphletty, right?
It's a little pamphlet. The American Constitution's pretty pamphletty too, to be honest. It's something you can read. We're not going to read it ever, but yeah.
I think we would. You would. I'd read it just for the first 3 words now.
Yeah. I think you've already shown you don't need to. You've crushed it with this exam.
No, but I'd like to be across the Constitution, surely.
Yeah. Just so that you could have it like bragging rights. Well, you've actually not read the Constitution, because I remember when I was reading it, and you're one of those people who keeps it with you. Let me just check the Constitution.
To be clear, during university we did carry around the Australian Constitution because we were, we had our own vibe going on then. But we also
carried around the Australian Constitution.
Well, it was a pamphlet and it was a thing. It was a certain group. But
you and me were in different groups.
Different groups, mate. Also, there was a strong compare and contrast to the American system at the time as well when we were going through school, and it was all like, we don't have a Bill of Rights, right? That's the big...
Was that a problem back then? You wanted a Bill of Rights?
No. Well, it's an ongoing debate.
Created a lot of problems.
It's an ongoing debate, yeah. So it's all about, common law, etc., as opposed to Bill of Rights.
Yeah. Okay, you're in. You get it. I'll make sure the appropriate people get the shit started.
Thank you.
And we can prep. When I get called up for my interviews, we can prep together.
What do we prep? That was the prep. You're welcome.
Okay, I'm ready now. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Ask me anything.
Fight on behalf of America.
10 questions in that order. America. Coming to America.
America. Very good. In June.
What?
In June. That's you.
Well, in theory, when I put the paperwork in, the timeline that they gave me at that stage was June or July. It could be even longer. But at that stage, it was like, I don't know, it was like 14 months. It was the estimate after I did my fingerprinting.
Got it. Got it. Hey, how's the health?
Good, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm getting chest pains a lot, but good.
Okay.
I do get a lot of chest pains. I need to be fitter and healthier.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Are you doing anything about it?
No. I'm feeling. Wow. I started running. I signed up for a 5K. That's the first thing I've done. And that's in August.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah. So I'm going to do a 5K, and I started running for a week, exactly a week. I did Couch to 5K app, and I did 6 consecutive days of running.
That's too much running.
No. Doing the app one, which is like first day you run, second day you walk, third day you run, fourth day you like. But doing exercise for 6 days in a row.
How'd that go?
Really good, super happy about it, but hurt my heel, tweaked my heel, and it was just a bit bruised. And it was one of those ones where it's like, you should rest it. I didn't really want to rest, and it was hurting me, and I ran one more day, and it was like got way worse. And I was like, okay, I'll just do the smart thing, like they always say, and just let it recover. And it took like 3 days to feel better, and I was like, okay, I'm feeling better now, and then just never did it again. So I need to get back into week 1 again.
You know you can if you want to.
I know I can if I want to, and I need to. I was going to start again today. I just need that one starting day. Like, I need to just prioritize it, because I need to prioritize it.
That's where I was getting at. How are we doing with this? Family, work, health priority triangle. It's just
shit.
Yeah. The compromises are real.
Yeah. Shit, health wise. Yeah.
I feel like it's a false economy, because it really impacts the other two. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Energy with the kids, wakes, the amount of sleep
just
required.
Feel terrible, don't
picking
sleep
them
properly.
up, not picking them up, the energy with work, focus, etc. It's a real false economy where you prioritize the others, where actually this is the engine for the other two, and I just can't
Are you exercising again?
Terribly, not enough, nowhere bad, and I can't get.
Have you started again
injury.
though?
I've false started a couple of times, and I just I can't make it enough.
Let's start this weekend together on this trip. Let's work. What?
That would be epic, wouldn't it? Let's do it.
Mine will be so basic. But you're so much fitter than me. But like mine will be like, I'm going to try and work out each day. That'd be great.
Let's do 2 things. We're going to bring running shoes, some swimming, some fitness gear. Yeah. And we'll do some running, but we'll also do the 7-minute app.
What's the 7-minute app?
The greatest thing you'll ever do. This is the single best thing that Karen and I did, and if we can get just organised and motivated to do it, if you can keep doing it, it's the greatest thing. Great. It's an app, and it's 3 rounds of 7 minutes, and each 7 minute is a 1 minute each of exercise, and it's like body weight, floor, something. It's squats, it's crunches, it's something with weights, whatever. 1 minute each of those with 10-second break, and then a 1 minute break between each 7. So 7, 7, 7.
I would worry I'd have a heart attack if I do that. Is that age appropriate?
You can do it as slow as you need, and you can different levels, and it doesn't have to do jumping jacks or burpees or anything. And it's just brilliant, because it's like full body. It's and the time goes by always it's essentially half an hour of working out, and it's full body workout, and it's each day it's randomized, so it's all new exercise. It just works so well.
Maybe not. Let's see. Let's maybe do that.
Let's do that. Bring the shoes.
I'm going to bring shoes anyway. Shoes and podcasting gear. Done.
Yeah. And some clothes to run to sweating.
Yeah. They're all the same. It'll be a flannel shirt. That's all I have. Flannel shirt, jeans, runners. Let's work out, baby.
That's your exercise.
Can't understand how I keep getting injured.
It's strange. Yeah. You don't just run all the time. Weird. Brilliant.
You've got these things on your shoulders. You've got like these muscles here that I don't have.
Trapezoids.
I see them with your white t-shirt.
I don't. This is just a bit of an illusion.
I never had those, whatever they are.
I used to focus on the traps explicitly at the gym when I was 16. I was just trap heavy. But
really?
This is not focusing on traps. This is just because I'm awkwardly leaning.
Why were you trap heavy? What does that give you?
Just love just because you balances out shoulders, and it gives you the kind of very that type of look, which is way too stocky and not appropriate in any way, shape or form. But at the time it was, I could actively do something.
Big muscly neck on.
Just when you first discover that you can just go to a thing and do a repetitive exercise, and then within a few weeks you've changed like how you look. You've changed.
I never did that. I never did that. I want to do that. Can I still do that now, or is it too late?
Of course you can. You can always do it.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just you've got to work out what it is that works for your body. Yeah, it's brilliant.
I want a slightly larger head. I'm always self-conscious that my head might be too small, disproportionately small for my body.
The best thing to do is shrink the rest of your body at this point. So it's all, the incentives are aligned. The incentives are very nicely aligned.
I have a giant head. It is what it is. We have what we have.
We got introduced by our friend Russ this week to a new website. So previously there's a what's it called? Levels.fyi, which is basically this industry standard of like open source of different levels in organizations, different job functions and levels and the salaries. So you used to always use this in the industry to kind of go into negotiations, go into interviews.
The right amount?
We were in the ballpark. And we got introduced this week by presumably the same folks at layoffs.fyi, which has a running stat on what we were talking about the last couple of weeks, and it's very real. So 100 startups have now announced layoffs, and I think as of this afternoon it's 101.
And it's just tracking tech companies.
Just tracking tech, and it's like 111,000 jobs people let go as a result of that thing.
Since 2020, which makes me feel like that's tracking since COVID hit.
Yes.
And we've had a massive surge in tech since then, and it's not net.
It's
so
not
like
net.
the things that, so it is a doom and gloom. But I think if you just look at recent dates, there are some significant companies laying people off.
That's what I did. So basically, I filtered it for the current one, and you can start seeing them. And one of the ones that popped up as a result of looking through that, and a result of my feed, is Bolt. So
you hate Bolt. That's not
true.
You do. You live in you're in a culture there.
That's not true. I actually follow them, invite them, and used to recommend folks to kind of go to them, right? So I just following them, and particularly the CEO, who just has an uncanny way of not being the Ryan King is his handle on Twitter, and it just has an uncanny way.
He's not the CEO anymore, is he?
Sorry, not the CEO, the chairman, former CEO, founder. Has an uncanny way of getting under people's skin, and just not quite. He's picking fights everywhere for kind of probably a bit of PR, but maybe some legitimate reasons.
Nobody knows why.
No one knows.
That, Ryan?
He's let off 100 people out of 700 in the company, and it's pretty bad.
This week?
In just today. That was announced today. So it was 3-4 weeks ago. It was fast. The entire company was down. One of their competitors, and those two CEOs were going off against one another, and that was really devastating through the industry. And like amazing people were in that startup, and now they're getting picked up everywhere, and everyone's in like they're finding homes. No worries. But another 100 out of Bolt, out of nowhere.
That's terrifying. That's scary, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's a massive reduction.
Yeah.
Where do you think you cut from?
Apparently it's across the board. It's across the board. It was engineering, marketing, sales.
I bet it was more. I bet it was less engineering. I bet it was
more sales. Maybe.
No, I think marketing, right? I think isn't first to go marketing.
You don't normally have that many marketing. You don't have 100 marketing.
Yeah. Like I'm thinking when you acquire a company, when you acquire a company, first thing you do is you're like, let's consolidate
the back office. Yeah, you consolidate the
the
functions. Yeah. The common function you consolidate. But no, in terms of like numbers, engine sales are your numbers, right? I don't know. It depends on the strategies. Depends what was working. What was happening before was that they were lubricating product that wasn't very integrated with front of house and sales folks, and they were selling stuff in that wasn't really working necessarily, depending on what the strategy is now, whether they're propping up the product or vice versa.
Rami, tell me what's going on with VC money right now. Are they just holding on for dear life? Like what all these funds that are already funded? There's are calls happening? Is this a time now where people are like, surely all the calls are coming in from VCs? They're like, we need to do a cash call.
That's what I hear is happening. We should talk to someone who's going through it right now. I think you're definitely getting calls. You're definitely getting much more conservative term sheets right now. Term sheets are getting pulled, is the word on the street. The funds are not investing there. They're just waiting it out. Everyone's a fair, solid game of chicken. And it's very much in like the later stage. No one's doubling down. I think it's gone crickets. The ones who are still getting funded are either well and truly in the pipeline, or they're clearly very revenue generating. They're sure things. You're not in not a
it's not really a startup. It's just about funding growth. Yeah.
Yep. So I think it's much more conservative, and term sheets getting pulled is the main story, and the numbers look like they're plummeting.
I bet that's what's happening. I bet all the VC funds are pulling all the cash they can before the fucking shit show.
Yeah.
But are they distributing that cash?
No.
Or what are they doing with it?
No.
My question.
They're putting the calls in to make sure that they've got the coffers in, and they're not distributing. They're being very conservative because they know this is all they're going to get for quite some time.
Yeah.
So
they know people have committed to putting it in. and the people who made those commitments probably still have the cash.
Correct.
But they probably won't have it forever.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So they're getting it before it's gone.
Yeah.
But they are not distributing it in any hurry. I think it's exactly what's happening right now. So it's going to sit with them. I don't know how well that's.
What do they do with that? What's their business model when they're not investing? Right. What's a VC's function when they're not paying out the term sheets?
Well, the other piece of it, right? So first of all, I think they are. They're just doing it much more slowly and more conservatively and with much more rigor. So the function is still the same. It's just done at a pace and at a rigor that's very different. But I think the rest of it is shore up your other investments, go to those board meetings, have those discussions, work out what's still working
and what's fucking grow them.
Yeah, make sure the stuff the things that were sure things, make sure they're sure. Find who needs customers and bring them, and use your network and get them the customers they need. And whoever needs to be consolidated, bought up or merged, do those things. I think that's where they're going to fix their balance sheets, right?
Right.
I think is what you're doing. You're cleaning up all the flotsam and jetsam.
Yeah, it's good. Part of me is like, this is great. Do you feel like this might be great just to clean up? There's a lot of bullshit going on. Like, we've been living here for a long time. There's a lot of nonsense, not real value. I don't know. You lean into it a little more than I do too. So how do you feel about it? Because
I'm not sure. I think it's great. Like, I hear on it's a cleansing cycle, and it's definitely part of the cycle. It's definitely a cycle that was always inevitable. It just didn't know where and didn't know in what context. It'll certainly, the businesses that are always real businesses will keep going, and those that won't. So it is a clear out. It'll be a reshuffle of decks, and it's an opportunity to make real things happen again. I'm not sure it's needed though. Like, I think in previous cycles you did need a real flush out of the BS, and I'm not sure it was needed. I think
it'll kill all the Web3 nonsense. It'll whittle it down to things that might actually be valuable.
Yeah, maybe.
It'll get rid of all of the NFT crap.
Yeah,
to a certain degree. The startups, the startups founded on it, like the crypto startups. It'll clean out a lot of your business. So a lot of the companies who are all doing the same things, everybody wants to win everything in fintech. It'll consolidate that a little bit over, maybe not immediately, but when we come out the other end of this in a couple of years, there'll be a couple of winners there, or one winner. But anyway, yeah, I think it'll clean things up.
Yeah, the only thing about cleaning up is that those people still have they need to go somewhere. But so they will. The businesses go, but where do those people go? Yeah,
they'll go to the winner. I'm not pro people losing their jobs and their careers and stuff. I'm saying
no, I'm not saying you are.
Not every startup can be a $1 billion unicorn.
Yeah. I don't think the dynamics are the same as what they were in 2000. Like, this is a genuine tech crash, kind of being compared to 2000 as far as a genuine clean out. 2008 was a clean out, but it wasn't tech specific.
Right.
Whereas this is, I think, a tech bubble story.
Clean out. Yeah.
But I think the sales, like the numbers here are, it's 5 times as many people in the sector as they were then, and the sorts of people and the diversity and the functions and what you call tech. It's just a very different shape, right? It's not. It's
right.
It wasn't just. It's not just hustlers. It's not. It's a lot of marketers and HR, like genuinely, a very diverse set of
industry people
in the industry. Yeah. So I kind of, I don't know what to make of it. I don't know if it needs that sort of radical, like, rebirth every cycle. I'm not sure you see that in every other sector, but maybe that's the unique thing about tech. But
do you think we're going to see a shift of investment to a different sector? Do you think tech will no longer? Do you think after this, some other sector will emerge? Or maybe a subsector of tech, like fintech specifically, or like,
energy and environment are the invariable kind of. Yeah. Health tech is touted as the fintech of the next story, and then energy and environment are the other pieces. I kind of feel like everything's a subset of tech at this point. Like, everything's essentially a variant or tech-enabled or tech-driven industries. So I'm not sure.
It's like the Industrial Revolution. Everything's tech anyway, kind of. Like, I think
that's the wave, right? I think what we've seen is consumer tech, smartphone, that saturation is there. The saturation that's not there yet is the enterprise, the cloud story. The SaaS cloud story is not complete yet. You're halfway up the curve, so that's still got to play out a lot more. So you're looking at what's happening in consumer, what's the next big wave in consumer, if there is one. In the meantime, you've still got to play out the entire enterprise and SaaS story. And then I think it's which next industry do you go? Fintech's clearly been uprooted, and health is right there. I think everyone's looking at it as the next obvious fintech-like regulated thing that is dinosaur.
High regulation, everyone's fed up with it. How can we do this better? That's been a thing though for 10 years. Like when we were leaving MBAs, it was all, it's been people were big on health tech forever.
As well. Yeah. It's just, you're starting to see signals that look like fintech style. I mean, health tech's been forever. But I think it is essentially just what's the next industry that tech eats up, right?
Yeah. I've been following this Twitter feed. Somebody posted, and it was like a genuine question. Does anyone know what Salesforce does?
Anyone in the world know what the
anyone
fuck
in the
Salesforce
world does? Did you know what I'm talking? Have you seen that as well?
I saw the message this morning. Yeah, I saw the post.
Oh, it's got so many retweets. It's so funny. Some of them, I've just been going down that thread.
Literally nobody in the world knows what Salesforce do. That
nobody knows what they do. And literally nobody in the world knows what Salesforce does.
Yeah, okay. That's when I saw literally as I was coming in. And then what happens? Literally
it's
nobody.
So funny. It's so funny. And then people who then you get some people who actually try and explain it. And they're like, it's a CRM for managing your customer. And they're like, so it's an Excel spreadsheet with customers and their phone numbers. No. It's like, it's funny. I mean, what's the value of Salesforce? Probably it's half what it was a little while ago. But how much is Salesforce worth? $160 billion market cap. With a $160 share price, $160 billion market cap.
It's definitely a beast, and you get the sense it's Oracle 2.0, right? It's in the legacy realm at this point.
Well, okay, so I'll put it out there. Has it ever been cool to work at Salesforce?
To work at?
As in, have you, did it ever have like the Google shine or like the Facebook shine to work at Salesforce?
I think it had a culture at one point. Yeah,
did it predate us? Like, as in when we were, straight up had no idea about the relevance or importance. When did Salesforce happen? Like in 20? Because like in 20. Let's see. Let's do some stuff here.
So I think for me the thing that made me understand it was the convention, whatever it's called, Sales Cloud Sales. What's the thingy force? Dreamforce, which basically takes over all of San Francisco when they come. That's their convention.
Yeah.
And that brought it to front of mind when I saw that and learned just how pervasive it is and how it is this octopus that is everywhere that you don't really understand is there because it's running enterprise.
It's in every company. I mean, your company, my company, every company is using Salesforce, no doubt.
Yeah. And I think...
But it's like, like you said, it's
a dinosaur. It's definitely legacy. It's old software. It's gotten to the point.
It's not, because like Slack, the most used communication tool is...
So the stuff they've bought and grafted, I think that's true. But the core Salesforce
but everything they have is... Yeah. It's a CRM, which is Snore. And then it's like all these other things they've acquired. But that's a successful model. But is it... Yeah.
Not just a CRM, but it's the App Store, which essentially is an enterprise app store for all business apps you could ever want, kind of glued in there in an amazing kind of rev share model. But it's
the upsell is real.
Yeah, it's definitely peaked. If there was like a shine of where you should be there, I think it's got the oracles about it at this point. I think like technology wise, stack wise, it's got the legacy. Everyone who's implemented Salesforce has done enough customization and enough like on-prem type mods that the original Salesforce, it's kind of like Workday has gotten to, it's just not working for anyone anymore because everyone's modified it. Kind of like Oracle, every install of Oracle became so custom that anything Oracle actually did became bludgeoned. I think that's where they're at right now. So it's prime for unbundling is the current narrative. However real or otherwise it is, that's the current narrative, yeah.
What do you think it's like to work there as a product person?
No idea. I can't imagine. My sense is it's old school. I don't sense it's modern product management. But
I mean, they're the definition of SaaS. Which the ironic thing is when you go and do an MBA and you read all the white papers and stuff. Salesforce is the definition they give often. Salesforce created SaaS, or is the gold star for how your SaaS business model.
Yeah,
which is kind of, I don't know. I guess that's the difference between SaaS and born in the cloud. At a high level, like the kind of inherently agile products versus legacy desktop products that are sold as SaaS. I think if there are SaaS 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, I think they're in like the previous gen. They did the first SaaS thing and they get that star.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now everything's just inherently SaaS anyway, and it's like,
I think
SaaS.
I think that's right. And it's not, it's definitely sales led. It's not the product led stuff. It's not the developer led stuff. It's not the, it's not the super usable.
They're not coming up with technologies and finding market fit and all. It's like,
But it's also not the, the employee who happens to stumble upon it and use it and then evangelize it in an organization. That's not what's happening. It's sales, it's top down, it's CMO, CFO.
Yeah.
So, that's the model, which is kind of critiqued because it doesn't engender innovation. You don't make great products that way. You make great products by tailoring. The narrative is you make enterprise for consumer, and that's how you make enterprise innovate. And that's, I think, what the SaaS 3.0 is you make every product as though it's a consumer product, and then one of your price tiering models is an enterprise tier, which is the product-led story. So you don't let salespeople at all. It's how Jira kicked off. One person in a dev team finds Jira, uses it for free, then goes, hey guys, can we do our product? 3 other people are using it and putting tickets on there. And then all of a sudden your CTO's got all these tickets coming up through this dev team, and it suddenly has to pay for another seat. And that's when they find out about it, when the team's already well and truly grabbed it.
Sweet.
That's the
tricked you.
That's the real product led model.
Yeah. Love it. Fancy, I don't know. But yeah. Of my portfolio of stocks, of the tech stocks that I invested in the last 2 years, there's 10 or 12 of them. The 3 that are green are still one of them's Tesla still. What are the other 2
that are green?
Yeah,
it all depends when you invested. I think Peloton's probably green when you invested, based on when you invested in it. No, Peloton's down. Okay. Green, I'd say Apple.
Yeah.
So Apple's
the next
good.
one will surprise you.
Nvidia.
Or maybe not. The one that I've actually retained the most money, made the most money on. I only invested in them a year ago, and I've made the most money on them, and it's held that. It's dropped some, but not a lot.
Microsoft.
Yeah.
Yeah, Microsoft done well.
Microsoft. Well done, Microsoft.
Yeah. Satya's
really like holy smokes.
Yeah.
Microsoft went from $200 to $350 a share.
Yeah.
I only bought Microsoft. Here was my Microsoft investment strategy. I bought Zoom after the bubble. Anyone who invested in Zoom early in like April or May of 2020 made a killing. Yeah. And I invested in Zoom in June or July.
You only made a killing if you sold in November last year. July last year.
I still made money on Zoom. I bought it in June or July, and it went up a little bit. It went up 30 or 40%. And then, but I got to the point where I was like, I don't think Zoom is going to win this race. I was like, enterprise customers, like who can sell to enterprise customers? I was like, Microsoft, because they've displaced OneDrive with Box, who had that market. They've come in with OneDrive, which was an inferior product, and they built it, and it's better over time. But it didn't matter. They just have those enterprise accounts, and I was like, so I wanted to sell Zoom because I was like, this thing isn't real. So the day I sold Zoom, I took all the money out of Zoom and I put it all into Microsoft.
That's nice.
And it went up, it went up from I bought it $201 recently, like November of. Was it November of 2020? Yeah, November 2020. I bought. I can check the date, but I bought Microsoft at like $201, and it's still up. I don't know. I'm like, go Microsoft.
Microsoft, yeah, Microsoft, absolutely a turnaround story. I'm not sure attributing it to
totally
Teams.
changed that company.
I'm not sure attributing it to Teams is the.
I'm not saying Teams won, and I'm telling you that was my investment strategy.
Yeah.
Every company has Teams now. They're still not using it, but they all have it.
Yeah. Your aha moment was, hang on a minute, it's impossible to get to enterprise. Microsoft has it locked up, and you're like, we should double
as soon as we go to enterprise,
It's the stuff where, like, Chromium is the biggest shift. Where they've gone, forget the IE base. We're actually going to use Chrome, and we're going to double down, and we're going to use Chrome's extensions. We're going to build on top of that instead of all of this other dud stuff. Just the radical shifts that have clearly proven to be net positive because you're building on shoulders of giants and you're not being religious about it.
Yeah,
they've done. Some
You're being smart
stuff.
about it, and they give it's the what do they call it when you assess a situation at each time that you get to it, that you cut your losses or whatever it is. It's like the sunk cost model.
Yeah.
So with Internet Explorer, they own that market, and over time they blew it. And then they were like, we can still win with Edge. And it was like, no, you can't. And it was just nobody was using it, and they had a really inferior web product. And they're like, okay, you know what? And then Sundar came on. Not Sundar. What's his name?
Satya
Nadella came on and totally changed that strategy. Totally changed their revenue. Their office, how they do offices, and is completely different.
Yeah,
a totally web-based model. Totally got rid of, not reliant on desktop software anymore. Anyway, super.
So some would say some of that's kind of low-hanging fruit, like that go to clouds kind of subs non-seat based model. That should have been done and dusted. I think that was already in the pipe. I think his stuff. Things like the Chromium call. I think a lot of cultural stuff. I think he did a lot of solid reorgs to get rid of the route. Got velocity up, got productivity going.
He made hardware cool again as well.
He made hardware real.
The studio and the studio
and
Surface and all those. Yeah.
M&As. He's been blockbuster on the M&As, right?
Yeah.
Roblox.
Did he buy what?
Not Roblox. Minecraft?
Minecraft.
The other one.
I was like what?
Like the studios, right? So he's bought Ubi, Minecraft, so Xbox had before. Like the number, he's just gone entertainment. He's gone pure. Yeah, like he knows exactly what they're doing in the studios and getting gaming going. Just great, like solid acquisitions. I think, I think his strategy's been like phenomenal.
Yeah.
Now I just want to kind of remember what are the other acquisitions he got, because I remember
I'm rooting for them though. Like I'm just kind of like, I love that a comeback story,
from the monopoly. Yeah, I'm with you.
Monopoly that was in decline. I mean, people were talking about Microsoft
Activision.
In the same way we just talked about Salesforce.
They got no, you're spot on. Activision, which is the last big one. Ally.io.
Activision does Call of Duty.
So Activision's last big one that I remembered. Minecraft is a huge one. GitHub is amazing.
Nice. Yeah, I remember that.
Right?
Yeah.
To get like the open source bastion as Microsoft. Amazing, right? What are the other big ones he's gotten? LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Like incredible acquisitions. LinkedIn's now.
I'm not sure where that fits in, but yeah.
It's an incredible. They had zero social play. Now they have the most like consistent social play.
Sure.
LinkedIn gets you incredible distribution. Like really, just big calls.